Bottlenecks in the biggest vaccine drives. State battle COVID and vaccine crunch. Chaos, confusion and mismanagement. Beneficiaries turn back at the COVID jab centers. Where is my vaccine? Is the question that Indians from the age of 18 onwards are now asking the government of India. Good evening, welcome. This is 6 p.m. Prime on India Today. I am Ankit Tyagi. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, the biggest hurdle in our fight against COVID is or should I just say, start by saying, the non-existent planning that we have seen. Ad hoc planning, governments not waking up on the time. January was when the government of India placed its orders, while before that, the entire world, the major countries, had in fact secured themselves vaccines. Now the impact is being felt right as we speak. At many vaccination centers, people are not able to book slots, they are not getting vaccinated. States are fighting for vaccines. Have we completely messed up our inoculation drive, the vaccination drive? That is going to be our top focus. We are also coming to you live from this Guru Tegh Bahadur Hospital NXA. This is now a 500-bed ICU facility which has been created opposite to the GTB hospital in the national capital. I'll get you inputs from here as well. Let's very quickly start with the big numbers, the march of coronavirus in the country. Where do we stand as far as the coronavirus cases are concerned? Now, let's very quickly take a look at the overall active cases in the country. 37,04,099 is the number of active cases in India. In the last 24 hours, 3,48,421 cases have been reported and 4,205, the biggest tally of death that has been reported from the country so far. It's not now, but time and again, right from the time the vaccines were being developed for COVID-19, it was being seen as the biggest weapon against this entire pandemic. Now, where do we stand as far as the vaccination is concerned? It was always going to be a challenge for a country of the size of India. Now, just take a look at this graphic, which gives you the story so far. Doses administered so far, 17.5 crore doses administered in the last 24 hours, 13.89 lakhs. Beneficiaries who got their first dose, 13.72 crore. Meanwhile, beneficiaries who have got the second dose are only 3.78 crore of the total numbers that we have seen so far in the country. This has been updated till 5 p.m. on May 12th. All right, because we are in Delhi, so let me very quickly start with the numbers of Delhi as well. So at least some slight relief as far as the national capital is concerned, ladies and gentlemen. In the last 24 hours, 13,287 cases have been reported in Delhi. 300 people have lost their lives in the last 24 hours. Overall, 82,725 active cases are being reported out of the national capital. Now, before I tell you the story of vaccination, the politics which is going around, specifically speaking about the national capital, just take a look at how many people in Delhi have been vaccinated so far. The doses administered, 42.28 lakh, and doses administered in the last 24 hours, 56,631. Now, this comes after Maharashtra. Delhi is almost on the brink of stopping the vaccination program for the ages of 18 to 44. The government of Delhi has said they have completely run out of the Covaxin doses, and the Covishield dose which they have right now are only going to last them for 3 more days. Now, this has triggered a huge war of words between the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party. Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi, Manish Sisodia, has said that they had asked for Covaxin for 67 lakh additional jabs, but the company denied to provide the jab, citing central government policy. He further added that Covaxin stock in the national capital is over. Meanwhile, Covaxin in a statement to the government of Delhi has said that dispatches are being made according to directives of the government of India, and jab supply has not been met despite ramping up production. BJP now has hit back at the Aam Aadmi Party and also at the Congress, alleging they are creating confusion on vaccination. Maharashtra, meanwhile, has also halted the vaccine program for 18 to 44 age group because of the shortage. The vaccine shortage is also reported from Jammu and Kashmir, where Covaxin has run out of the stock, leading to the closure of the vaccination centers in the Union Territory.
एक बात साफ है कि केंद्र सरकार ही तय कर रही है कि कहां कितनी वैक्सीन जाएगी, कितनी वैक्सीन देश के लोगों को लगेगी, कितनी वैक्सीन केंद्र सरकार एक्सपोर्ट करेगी, देश विदेशों में बेचेगी। ये केंद्र सरकार तय कर रही है। जब केंद्र सरकार तय कर रही है तो फिर ये जिम्मेदारी लेनी चाहिए केंद्र सरकार को कि अगर वैक्सीन 6.5 करोड़ वैक्सीन एक्सपोर्ट नहीं की गई होती तो दिल्ली और मुंबई के एक एक आदमी को 2-2 बार डबल डोज लग चुकी होती अब तक वैक्सीन की।
ग्रांट के रूप में, मदद के रूप में, एड के रूप में मात्र 1 करोड़ वैक्सीन ही भेजा गया है। अगर हमने पीस कीपिंग फोर्स को 2 लाख डोजेस दिया था तो अपने जवानों को किस तरह दोनों डोजेस लग सके, उनको कैसे प्रोटेक्ट कर सके, उसके लिए वो डोज दिए थे। ये 2 कंपनी भारत की जो भारत में मैन्युफैक्चर कर रही हैं वैक्सीन, कोविशील्ड की सीरम इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ इंडिया और कोवैक्सीन की भारत बायोटेक, इन्होंने पहले से ही कुछ अरेंजमेंट देश के बाहर बुकिंग्स ली थी और कुछ एडवांस पेमेंट लिया था। जिन देशों से ये कंपनीज रॉ मटेरियल लेते हैं, उन देशों के साथ बैठ करके रॉ मटेरियल लेते समय इन्होंने कुछ करार साइन किए थे कि ठीक है, आपसे हम रॉ मटेरियल लेंगे, बदले में हम आपको कुछ वैक्सीन बुकिंग के लिए अलाउ करेंगे, अर्थात हम पेमेंट लेंगे, एडवांस पेमेंट लेंगे, मुफ्त में नहीं देंगे, और बुकिंग करके आपको वो जो उत्पाद निकलेगा रॉ मटेरियल से वो पहुंचाएंगे। ये तो
All right, now there's some breaking news coming in related to this because the Covaxin has not replied to the government of Delhi as far as the letter which was sent by the government of Delhi for 67 lakh additional dosages. Now, Bharat Biotech has responded to the government of Delhi and it has said there are no vaccines available for the Bharat Biotech to send to the government of Delhi. The Bharat Biotech company has also said they cannot make any additional supplies to the national capital. So, very, very clearly now, this just seems that Covaxin will not be available for the age group of 18 to 44, which the government of India had said asked the states to, in fact, go ahead and buy themselves directly from the manufacturer. So how does this shortage of vaccine, Covaxin, Covishield, how does it translate onto the ground? Take a look at this report filed by my colleagues Kunal and Saurabh Akhtania from Delhi and Mumbai.
Did you find that the slot booking is easier or it took time to get the slot booked?
Yeah, it took some time to get the slot booked because we registered on 1st of May only, but then with so many hit and trials, finally we got the slot now.
And when the talks about the vaccination shortage is going on, are you somewhat perplexed that will you get the jab or not?
Actually not, because seeing the second wave hitting people so hard, so now we were thinking like let's get vaccinated as soon as possible.
There are concerns in the mind because everyone wants to get vaccinated at the earliest, but the first problem is that the slot booking is a very tedious task. You have to sit around for hours to get your slots. Secondly, you are not getting slots in your respective areas. And third, this vaccination shortage story, that keeps buzzing in your mind that if vaccination will run out of numbers, then what will happen? So all these 3 questions are there in mind, and hence people are coming in big numbers to get themselves vaccinated. With camera person Alok Kumar Das, it's Kumar Kunal for India Today from Delhi.
We are right now present outside BKC Vaccination Center. This is one of the biggest vaccination center of Maharashtra. It was said that every day over 10,000 people can be vaccinated. But let me tell you the current condition, only very few vaccines are available over here. Today, only People who have appointment, no walk-ins are allowed, and with only few vaccine, the vaccination center right now is being operated, and such is the condition of several other vaccination center. Now, very importantly, Maharashtra government has now decided that Covaxin will only be given to people who have their second dose pending. Now, there are over 5 lakh people in the state of Maharashtra whose second dose are pending for Covaxin.
Remember when the government of India had started the vaccination drive, they said that about 30 crore Indians in the vulnerable groups, the health workers, the frontline workers, people over the age of 60 years old, people with comorbidities over the age of 45 years old, 30 crore Indians were supposed to be vaccinated on priority. Now, what is the pace of vaccination? 10% of this group has so far been vaccinated successfully. The country is seriously lagging behind as far as the pace of vaccination is concerned. Very confusing policy as far as the center goes. Take a look at this comprehensive report to give you a sense of how complex this whole situation has now become, which is resulting in completely, which is detrimental, in fact, to India's interest as far as the vaccination process is concerned. Take a look.
अभी पहले जो 30 करोड़ लोग हैं, यानी पहले 30 करोड़ लोग में क्या है, पहला 1 करोड़ जो हेल्थ वर्कर्स हैं, दूसरे 2 करोड़ लोग वो हैं जो कि दूसरे नंबर पे प्रायोरिटी वाले जो फ्रंट लाइन वर्कर्स हैं, ये 50 साल से ऊपर के हर व्यक्ति को उस कैटेगरी में रखा है। ये करीब 26 करोड़ के करीब लोग बैठते हैं। ऐसे अभी 30 करोड़ लोगों को प्रायोरिटाइज किया गया है।
2 months left for the target of 30 crore vaccinations, but India is far, far behind the target. The government's own target of getting 30 crore people 2 doses of the vaccine by July looks like a distant dream now. Here is the reality. Barely 11% of the priority group is fully vaccinated. Over 65 lakh healthcare workers of the 1 crore healthcare workers have got 2 doses of the vaccine. Over 79 lakh frontline workers of the 2 crore frontline workers have got 2 doses of the vaccine. 1 crore 62 lakh senior citizens have got both doses of the vaccine. In totality, a little over 3 crore people in the priority group of 30 crore have got the vaccine. It has been 116 days since the vaccination began, but we are far from reaching the target and there is little time.
We don't have the manufacturing to do this. We don't have enough vaccine. We don't have the distribution to do this. We can't administer the number of doses required. So there's been very poor planning in the vaccination campaign. Even the conservative plan to vaccinate 300 million people doesn't look like we're going to be able to achieve.
The centre says that more than 1 crore vaccines are available with the states, but severe shortage is writ large. Globally, concerns have been raised about the slow pace of vaccinations in India. Fitch Ratings has warned that India's slow pace of vaccination means the country could remain vulnerable to further waves of COVID-19 once the current surge subsides. The Lancet says that India has vaccinated less than 2% of its population because of the slow pace of the vaccination drive, and much more needs to be done in this direction. Well, as per the government data, over 30 lakh Indians above the age of 18 have got a shot of the vaccine ever since the drive began on the 1st of May. There are 55 crore Indians in total who need this jab against COVID-19 between the age category of 18 to 45. So almost a fortnight into the drive, just 0.5% in this age category have got 1 dose of the vaccine. This data does not include frontline workers and healthcare workers in the same age group though. In New Delhi, Sneha Mordani for India Today.
Going across now to National Affairs Editor India Today, Rahul Srivastava, who is joining me with more details on this story. Rahul, the vaccination drive or the slow pace of the vaccination drive is something that not only the health experts in India are worried, but the entire world is now making comments on the way the entire vaccination drive is being rolled out in the country. It has triggered a political war. Is the centre rethinking about the strategy, or are they going to brazen it out as we have seen so far.
Ankit, there is no brazening it out. I think what the effort is now to rope in more manufacturers, more candidates which are under test. Sputnik from Russia is supposed to be providing a new lease of life as far as the vaccine is concerned. I think it is, Ankit, what is being done is not the crisis. I think what was not done is the real crisis. And I think that line which demarcates the state government in India from a central government should be obliterated. I do not call it any rate of progress of vaccination. I have, in a recent article, I have called it the rate of lethargy. It's a terrible situation. Everybody by September last year, including the Department of Biotechnology, was talking about creating 2.5 billion vaccines by the time it was July 2021. We are 1.5 months away from July 2021, and the 2.5 billion or 250 odd vaccines is nowhere in sight. The problem is that a large number of states who wanted that great sense of autonomy, say for example, even Mamata Banerjee in February had written to the center saying that we want autonomy, we want to procure, and please give us the right to procure. Today, when there is a decentralized process, she is saying that no, we want that the center should be procuring. On the other hand, there is a center which was doing everything till now, but suddenly it says I'm decentralizing at a time when the manufacturers of vaccines, 2 of them in India, are unable to cope up with the demand. So you have actually decentralized at a time when there is no vaccine. This is a mess which can be bent to the door of every administrator in this country, every politician and every government.
But Rahul, there is a fundamental problem with exactly what you are saying. I mean, while the central government says that, oh, now we have decentralized it, they actually haven't. We still have to go through the COVID app. The government is still telling the states how and what they can do as far as the vaccination is concerned. And the problem of the center, though opening up to the states, but asking the vaccine, buying the vaccine on a different price for themselves and at a very different price for the states and then for the private hospitals is something which the Supreme Court has also delved into. The fact is, Rahul, that it seems that the government it's been a knee-jerk reaction to the states rather than having a comprehensive policy. Bringing in more, in fact, manufacturers, the government has been critiqued that they brought the manufacturers, other manufacturers late in the game after repeated reminders of the opposition parties, particularly Rahul Gandhi. Is the Modi government in any way now rethinking on an overhaul?
Ankit, if you see the point which you are making, my head is swimming with the statistics over the last few days. I've been reading about the vaccine and dealing with all the data coming in. When you say access, you're right. Say, for example, the CoWIN app, it's in English only. 20% people in India speak English. The tele-density in villages in India is 57%. That means people don't have access to internet. Now, even if they have access to internet, only some 10 to 15% people know how to use the internet. So it's already excluding a lot of people. The problem here is that the entire vaccine process is a time-consuming process, Ankit. It takes a certain amount of time. You cannot create a vaccine overnight. The solution which is being suggested by, say, Delhi government and others is that why don't you pick up the solution which is there with the vaccine manufacturers, use the facilities which are lying empty. Now, that is something which the government will have to decide. We have been hearing that there might be some overall effort coming, but right now there are no clear answers coming. And the only thing which seems to be happening is a wonderful blame game which nobody understands. Why, when everybody is suffering, a BJP supporter or a Mamata supporter or a Kejriwal supporter?
Absolutely. And that too in a country which has had experience, which has won global laurels as far as mass vaccination program, pulse polio program are concerned. And despite that, and being the vaccination hub of the globe, India is at this moment looking at a very, very critical juncture, a very difficult precipice as far as the vaccination drive is concerned. Rahul Srivastava, thank you so much for giving us more perspective on this story. Now, ladies and gentlemen, third wave people are talking about, and particularly when it comes to the third wave, a lot of experts are saying that it would be a difficult time for the young ones, provided that India is able, and like other big countries, India is able to vaccinate the adults more than 18 years of age. The vulnerable group would be the children. Now, some, in fact, positive news in that sector. Subject expert committee has recommended Bharat Biotech to be granted permission to conduct phase 2 and phase 3 clinical trials of Covaxin on children between the ages of 2 to 18 years old. According to sources, trial will take place in 525 subjects at various cities, including AIIMS Patna, AIIMS Delhi, and All India Institute in Medicina, Nagpur as well. Now, sources have told India Today the firm will have to submit an interim safety data of phase 2 clinical trials before proceeding for phase 3. Covaxin, indigenously developed by Bharat Biotech in collaboration with ICMR, is being administered to adults in the ongoing vaccination drive. Welcome back. Now, you know, every single day, because a lot of patients of coronavirus are, you know, running around for ICUs, for ventilators across the country. Now, remember, there were a lot of ventilators which were, in fact, given from the PM Care Fund. Now, where are these ventilators? We went across in many states where these ventilators are lying unused. What is the state? How these ventilators, whether they are being used for the patients, where are they lying? To try and fix accountability, we went out to various states to find out what happened to the PM Care funded ventilators. Take a look.
The gasps of the dying and hospitals running out of ICU beds. Images that India won't forget in this lifetime. But there's something that has made this crisis even worse. The fact that life-saving equipment, which could have saved so many citizens, was simply lying unused in different parts of the country. You heard that right. India Today has found multiple shocking instances of ventilators purchased using PM Care's funds, lying undeployed and collecting dust in several locations. Want visual proof? Let's show you firsthand. This is the Government Medical College in Firozabad in Uttar Pradesh, one of the worst affected states in the country in the second COVID wave. At this hospital, 75 ventilators have been gathering dust for almost a year. They were procured through the PM Care's funds. Hospital authorities reveal that these spare ventilators were surplus, and the state government was informed about the unused ventilators.
कुछ वेंटिलेटर हमारे पास एक्स्ट्रा थे, जिसके लिए हमने पिछले साल गवर्नमेंट को लिख दिया था कि अगर कहीं जरूरत हो तो वहां हम दे सकते हैं। उस समय जब आए थे तब लग रहा था कि पता नहीं कितना बड़ा आपदा आएगी, कितने जरूरत पड़ेगी, लेकिन फिर ये लगा कि इतनी की आवश्यकता नहीं पड़ रही है।
When India Today's team reached the Hathras District Hospital, again this precious medical equipment locked up inside a safe house. When we confronted the chief medical superintendent, he was enraged by our pointed questions.
वाली इसका आइसोलेशन पाइपलाइन से वैक्सीनेशन के लिए, इसकी ऑक्सीजन के लिए
यहाँ लिखा हुआ नोबल कोरोना वायरस वार्ड
बनाया,
आपने
लेकिन
लिखा हुआ
इनकम्प्लीट है। इसकी पाइपलाइन बिछ रही है,
तो
पाइपलाइन बिछ रही है, पाइपलाइन
कोई काम नहीं कर रहा
चालू है।
आप दिखाइए,
अरे
आप दिखाइए, कोई नहीं यहाँ चालू।
In Maharashtra's Nashik, the local municipal corporation received 60 ventilators last week from the PM Care's funds, but they could not be put to use thanks to missing spare parts. A whole week just lying without use.
कंपनीने काय केलं, पहिल्या टर्ममध्ये फक्त व्हेंटिलेटरचे बॉक्स पाठवून दिले, परंतु ते जोडण्याचे कनेक्टर पाठवले नाही. आम्ही व्हेंटिलेटर आल्यापासून रोज त्यांना मेल करतोय, फोन करतोय, विनंती करतोय, परंतु त्यांच्यावर पूर्ण.
The situation is no different in Punjab, where 11 ventilators are defunct owing to lack of technical staff.
ਵੈਂਟੀਲੇਟਰ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਿਵਲ ਹਸਪੀਟਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੁਕਤਸਰ, ਮਲੋਟ, ਗਿੱਦੜਬਾਹਾ ਤੇ ਬਾਦਲ ਮਿਲਾ ਕੇ ਟੋਟਲ 11 ਵੈਂਟੀਲੇਟਰ ਹੈਗੇ। ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਮੈਨ ਪਾਵਰ ਦੀ ਘਾਟ ਦੇ ਹੋਣ ਦੇ ਕਾਰਨ ਹਜੇ ਵਰਤੋਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਹੀਂ ਆ ਰਹੇ, ਜਿਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਫਰੀਦਕੋਟ ਮੈਡੀਕਲ ਕਾਲਜ ਵਿਖੇ 5 ਵੈਂਟੀਲੇਟਰ ਸ਼ਿਫਟ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਉੱਥੇ ਪੇਸ਼ੈਂਟਸ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਯੂਜ਼ ਹੋ ਸਕੇ।
In Bihar's Supaul district, the Sadar Hospital has received 6 ventilators through PM CARES funds in October 2020. However, even after 8 months, they remain unused, with medics blaming each other for the non-operationalization.
6 वेंटिलेटर आए थे, अभी फंक्शनल नहीं है। क्या कारण क्या है इसकी? इसमें अभी जो साथ में इसका पाइपलाइन वगैरह लगाना है वो बहुत जल्दी शुरू होने वाला है, कुछ दिनों में शुरू हो जाएगा।
अभी इसमें कमी है, कुछ जो है स्टाफ की कमी है, डॉक्टर की कमी है, जो कि उसको चलाएंगे, इसलिए वो भी नहीं चालू करेंगे।
टेक्नीशियंस हैं आपके पास?
टेक्नीशियन तो मिल जाएंगे, लेकिन जो चलाने वाले डॉक्टर हैं, जो ट्रेन डॉक्टर हैं, वो लोग की कमी है।
It's not just unused ventilators gathering dust in hospitals. These are images from Jharkhand's Hazaribagh, where 35 ventilators are non-functional due to a technical snag. When people are literally dying for want of ICU beds across the country, having ventilators gathering dust in hospitals not only reflects apathy, but possibly criminal negligence. Bureau Report, India Today.
And all this at a time when people have been running around to get, in fact, ventilators and ICU beds very quickly, because, ICU beds have been in Delhi also been a very, very scarce commodity. That's the Guru Tegh Bahadur Hospital, and opposite to this hospital, this facility, which the government of Delhi has claimed that has been built in 10 days, a 500-bed ICU, in fact, facility which has been created here. Doctors and nurses and medical staff from the Guru Tegh Bahadur Hospital are manning this up. This was supposed to start today. If all these 500 beds are operational, this is going to give a big boost as far as the infrastructure is concerned, and for a lot of people, those who are still struggling for hospital beds. कितने patients आए भैया? अभी यहाँ पे शुरू हो गया भर्ती होना? 11 पेशेंट जी सर। तो अभी पूरी तरीके से क्यों नहीं चालू हो रहा है?
सर अभी वहाँ से भर्ती हो रही है, ट्रांसफर हो रहा है, वही आ रहे हैं यहाँ पर। अभी बंदे कम जन है तो नहीं आ रहे वहाँ पे। पहले
सीधा वॉक इन नहीं है, जो DTB अस्पताल में है वो ही आ सकते हैं।
जी सर।
तो यहाँ पर आप लोगों ने कोई बोर्ड नहीं लगाया हुआ है जिसमें कितने बेड भरे हैं, कितने खाली हैं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है?
ये बोर्ड बस यही लगा रखा है, मैप इसमें, और कुछ नहीं लगा रखा।
So the problem is that there is no walk-in as kind of a facility, of course, for serious patients. And from the GTB hospital, if the doctors feel that there is any patient which has to be shifted to the ICU here, then those patients are in fact sent across to this facility. 500 beds is the claim of the government of Delhi. It was supposed to start today. It has started. 11 patients, I've been told, are right now inside getting treatment. We are not allowed to go inside and in fact see the entire facility ourselves because it is a COVID dedicated facility. All right, with that we are slipping into a very short break. On the other side, we'll bring you some